And good morning and welcome to Touch Base Daily. My name is Ron Foster and I'm touching base with you as we always do every day during the week. And Friday is our wonderful day with my wonderful co-host, Mr. Chris Edwards.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
So you probably noticed that today is. I mean, we may have the ladies on if they pop on, or anyone wants to pop on. You can go to the QR code and you'll be able to if you're a member of the community, you're able to pop on. And but also this is going to be a impactful, I should say, a full of information show. We're going to talk about things you need for survival. And it's just the basic stuff. We're just getting you started. And then we'll keep adding on as the season goes on. Because every Friday on Focus Friday, we'll try to add more on to what you need to survive this new era we're living in. And we are living in a more dangerous time than we've ever been, probably in our lifetime. At
In our
least,
lifetime, yes.
yeah, it's more dangerous, it's more scary. But again, this is not to scare you, it's just to make you more aware. So we're
Yeah.
going to be talking about your go bag. What should you have in your go bag? Just the basic stuff. Just going to give you just a preview. I have over here the backpacks and all this stuff and all the different little doohickeys we're going to share.
You're ready. You're
So
you're you're ready for Survivor.
oh, we are ready. We got the poles and everything. So for
Walking
those that
stick
don't
and
know,
everything. Wow.
for those that don't know, I come from a hiker's background. I've hiked the Grand Canyons. I've hiked Mount Washington. I've hiked the Catskills, the Adirondacks. I've hiked Iceland volcanoes, two
Yeah.
volcanoes. I've hiked California, Big Bear. I've hiked the Appalachians. I've hiked Bear Mountain. I've hiked yes, I am a hiker. And so some of the cues you may want to take are from hikers. We are wired and taught to survive out in nature, how to survive if things go awry, how to survive, and different codes. Like as hikers, we number one hiking rule is never hike alone.
Yeah.
Even though you may be on the trail and you'll see someone hiking alone, and then that's when my antenna goes up and I go, that person's not following the rules,
They're
and
a
and
novice.
something's not right. And so definitely you want to be alert of what's going on around you. And so being a hiker, I am more prone to survival instincts. And so I'm going to share some of that stuff with you guys because it's so important. And also because I've had the chance to live briefly overseas in, the South African region. And when you're traveling, there's certain things you want to take with you on gears when you're traveling abroad to make life a little easier in case something goes awry. Again, as a hiker, my brain is always thinking something could go wrong. So that is my mindset. But before we get started, let's say hello to some folks. It looks like we have not that many people in the building today. What's going
I noticed
on?
that.
I think maybe the algorithms are not letting people know we're here. I don't know what's going on. I see that even on Instagram, it's like no one. It's a ghost out there, but that's okay. We're still going to do the show. We're still going to get this information out because it is important information. So, first person in the building is our wonderful Chris. She says, good morning. And we got Rosemary in the building. She says, hello, Ron and Chris. Good to see you both. Yes, we are here and we are here for you. So, the information that came out today is the unemployment numbers and the employment numbers. Under Biden, we have 50 months, 50 months of employment growth. The first full month under Trump, there was a decrease. Are you
And this,
excited about being with Trump, you mega brain folks?
so listen, Rachel Maddow had a great conversation about this last night. This month's decline in or I should say in unemployment was the worst since February of 2009
Yes.
when we had the great
Recession.
recession. This has been the worst month for job losses since
Yes.
2009. Let that sink in.
And a lot of what Doge has already done has not even been calculated.
Absolutely. Hasn't been registered yet.
So we are in for some rough times. And I was looking at a snippet on Instagram yesterday. Elise mentioned it to me before, and then Elise went shopping one day. I think it was Costco's, and in her area, and she was saying, "Oh my gosh, why is there so much water? There's like an abundance of water everywhere." I mean, they stocked the Costco's was stocked with water. So Elise was like, we talked on the phone. She was like, "Ron, I don't understand why all this water is here."
So here's something.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has to do with how because the Supreme Court has lessened the policies on runoff. They're allowing runoff now in streams and rivers. They've weakened those protections. So I don't know if that's part of it, but then also people, when they go into survival mode, one of the things they always want to have is water on stock because you don't know if someone's going to tamper the water system.
Well, I tell you one thing. This one YouTuber, she had on her, she was like, I'm gonna see if I can bring her up, but it was like, what? I mean, filled to the gills with water. And so my thing is, and we just also got that I think it was on ABC News about the water being plastic, and the plastic is in our drinking water. The bottles contaminate us and all that stuff. But look, I don't understand. The only way we have water is in plastic bottles. I mean, we don't have glass bottles for our water. So, yeah. And a good way.
Well,
some folks say when you get the plastic bottle water, make sure you take it home and then immediately put it into a glass pitcher.
So here's an easy way to get around that. The majority of our water is in plastic bottles, but so for instance, here at home, we have a water filtration system that we have on our pipes.
Mm-hmm.
We use that, and we don't use the tap water. I'm not a tap water drinker either. And like when I go out to eat or whatever, I do not drink the water out in restaurants. The other thing too is these companies can use recycled aluminum cans to sell water because, like for instance, on the cruise ships, they use recycled cans to have their water. They don't use plastic bottles anymore. So there are things out there that you can use. It's just that they choose not to because it's not as cost efficient as they'd like it. It will decrease their profits, and it's so minuscule. But they're all about the profits and getting as much out of you as possible.
Yeah, it's something definitely to think about. I see Lisa says,
Yeah.
even Lisa says, I now have, oops, where did it go? There it is. The delay there. I now have 10 packs of toilet tissue. Water is next.
And stock up.
And she does it. And they make the glass and aluminum more money, of course. Hey, Kimmy Kim is in the building as well. Hey, Kimmy Kim, so good to see you. And but yeah, so again, we're gonna be talking about surviving and also getting ready. For instance, one of the things that we've been talking about, and I know Gwendolyn has been mentioning it when she we talk about it, is every time you go grocery shopping, buy an extra bag of beans, buy an extra bag of cans of foods, buy things that can last years in your cabinet.
Rice. Flour is good. Yes, I know there's flour tends to have somewhat of a shelf life, but flour is important because you can make different things out of flour.
You can make bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're electric, for we who live in the New York metropolitan area, we still have gas burning stoves. So I know a lot of folks live with electric stoves. Like in Pennsylvania, it's like I don't know if they have gas ranges in Pennsylvania because everywhere I
So
go is electric.
yeah, I mean, I think the move has been for years now to move away from electric and provide natural gas because one, it is cheaper, and I know a lot of new construction tend to put in gas versus electric stoves.
Oh, here's Lisa. Lisa's giving some contribution here. Lisa says, this lady saw this. I saw this lady say, when you buy the beans or the rice, put them in Mylar bags instead. And then it makes the shelf life 30 years.
Okay.
That's a note. Where I gotta get the note down. That's a note. Kim says she has gas. I was like,
A lot of
yeah.
it's so childish, but yes,
When
a
she
lot of people
said,
do have gas.
because I know that a lot of major cities have gas, but the people in the rural areas have electric. Is that kind of my friends in when I was in Atlanta, my friends who lived in the suburbs of Atlanta, they had electric as well. So I
Well, you know
noticed
what?
that. Do you have
When I
electric
lived in
gas or electric or
Well,
gas?
no, we have electric here. The places that we're looking at, because we're relocating towards June. I think 75% of those places had gas, and I
Mhm.
remember the last place I had when I lived in Philadelphia many moons ago. I had gas.
Yeah, the city is mostly gas here in New York City. Yeah, okay, make sure you guys also hit the like so that we can know that we are on. For some reason, it looks like the signal's not getting out into the world that we are on. But anyway, okay, so talk about survival. And there are some of these YouTubers and Instagram folks that are out there that are also talking about survival because it is so, we are living in a time where it's very scary. And we have to be prepared. So one of the things I wanted to bring to you guys, and we'll look at some of those videos in a little bit, but I wanted to start off right off the back with some smart ideas. One thing, when you start out, and I'm not doing a PowerPoint or anything like that, it's just having a conversation. Um, is every home, let's first of all just go with what you should have in your home. Every home should have a
First,
first
like,
aid kit bag. And when I first got this little guy, it was just for my hiking trip, and it was just like it was a basic bag. And because I take first aid when I travel, on a hike or whatever, because you want to have your aspirins, medicines, anything that you want in here, records. This one's a really good one. This one was prepared, treat and protect. It's from first aid. It's first aid only, all purpose and outdoor. And what's good about this little baby is that I was able to add more to it. So I have my bandages and ointments and stuff like that in here. I love this one because it has like
well, that
a,
has
a
everything.
it has it in a folder. Oops, I lost some of my pet badges, but it has it like a binder, and it has
Oh,
all of um and it has instructions. So this is one of the
do,
best ones I've ever had.
do you know where you got that from? You remember?
This was at Costco's years ago. I don't know if they still sell it,
Okay, I'm gonna go
but I
online and
bought it
look
at
and see if they have it
Costco's,
there.
and
That's a good
I've
one.
built upon it. Like it has I always make sure that my band-aids are in here. If I run out, I fill it all up and make sure that they're there. Again, it has the sterilization stuff and cleansing wipes and all that good stuff. It even has the scissors and the files and the safety pins and ibuprofen, but that's probably old now. So I had to update that. And then it also has inside of it, I've added more stuff to it. Like it has the first aid book, guide, things you need. you should have the most complex and the most compact first aid kit in your house. So that way, if the country goes down, you have everything you need. Lisa says, I one one in my Amazon store.
Amazon.
Okay.
Okay, Lisa, I'm definitely gonna check out your store.
Yeah, so check out that. But these things are the best. And like I said, I've expanded it. It came very basic like this. And then as I've had events happening in my life, I got these these gorge stuff for things if I get a major accident. And then I end up adding another extra layer with this one, like a little plastic box, and then it has all of my other stuff in there. So, and then it all rests together, and it sits in the closet right there, right in my linen closet. So that way, if I need to use it, it's there. However, it's not that far away from my go bag. So if there's, God forbid, something that happens in our country and we need to run and leave, right? That bag needs to be able to go into the other bag, right? So now you're probably saying, God, Ron, this is going to be exhausting. I can't think about this. This is too much to think about. There's no better time to think about this than now, because right now you're safe. Right now, there's nothing going on. Right now, there's no threats, as we can see. So grab hold of your pens and pencils and start writing this stuff down.
Yeah.
So there are different types of people. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
No, I want to emphasize on that, and you're making me really think about actually having a go bag. I mean, I have a go bag, but it's really for work where I can just like pick up my bag and go, and I'm not always having to be in a rush to pack a bag for work. But I think that's really, really important. And we are in some unprecedented times. We don't know what's going to happen from day to day because this administration and this world is erratic, and we have to be prepared. But it's really important to have, these things, passport, identification, the first aid kit, and then also coming up with a plan. Where are you going to go? The worst thing you can do is in the moment of crises or panic, try to figure it out there and then, because you're going to make the wrong, you make rash decisions that might not be in your best interest. It's just the same way how you prepare for death. We all know that we're going to die. You don't want to talk about these things and have these type of conversations, but you need to, because when it comes time, I'll use parents as an example. We've talked about this on this channel many of times. We need to be prepared for our parents as they get older. God forbid something happens. You don't want to be thinking about, oh, well, where's this document? Where's this document? When they've just passed. You're not thinking rationally. You're in mourning. You're grieving. Your emotions are all over the place. So being able to be in this moment now, when we're calm and we're sane, having these discussions, start to think about these things. Have a plan in place. Have a bag ready in a closet where, if God forbid the sky starts raining fire, you have a bag and you can go and know that you have something that can sustain you for a couple of days.
Yes. Also, Lisa says in here, get a respirator grade mask for each member in your household. I start out making sure that you just also have your 95s. They should be in your packet. You can just put these in your bag, so that way, if you need them, you can have them.
Listen to me. Buy them now.
Buy them now.
In the beginning, about a month ago, I made the conscious decision to start stocking up on N95 masks again, just because Ronald and I realized that there's a lot of stuff going around right now as far as respiratory things, and doctors don't necessarily know what it is. My father was sick for about a month. Ronald was sick for about a month, just like back and forth. And a lot of times it would really hit at nighttime, where you have either like a hard time breathing, coughing, sneezing, that type of stuff.
And also with the CDC not being able to put out reports. So this administration has now made it difficult for the CDC to give you information of what's going on in the world. So you can't be waiting for the CDC now. You have to be prepared for whatever's coming. If you start to see your neighbors passing out and dying, you might want to have a mask. You know, there's some things you want to have on hand. Number two, the young lady mentioned this on one of her pages. Make sure you have a code of some kind for your family members, a word, a password, a word that says, what, you know, jelly beans and green, whatever that code is for your family. And also, if there's an emergency, because guess what? Most emergencies, we're not going to be at home with our families. We're not going to be with our loved ones. But you're going to need a destination where you can meet, if it's possible to meet there. You may say, you know what? We're going to meet in, you know, Albany, or we're going to meet in Cold Springs, New York. We're going to meet. You have to figure out where you are going to meet as a family and begin to move from there. So you need to think of a destination for your family. Or if you're in the city and everybody's in the city, you say, you know what? We're going to meet at such and such a place. Right? So that way you can move out together if it's possible. Because when these events happen, we will probably most likely not be around with our friends and family or whatever.
Yeah. And you know, us saying this to everyone, we're not fear mongering, we're not trying to put the fear in people, but you know, let's use like 9/11 as an example. That was a traumatic event that happened to this country that no one ever anticipated, and people did not know what to do in that moment. You know, people in the city. You know, I had loved ones that worked in the city. You know, you're trying to call and no signals are going through on cell phone towers. I was working in downtown Philadelphia at the time, and I remember, you know, during that whole process, most major cities were being evacuated because no one knew where or if something was going to strike next. And you know, you don't know, well, where am I supposed to go to be safe? You know, what do I do next? Like no one knew. So if we can start to kind of plan ahead, you know, you can never plan for anything that you don't know of or expect, but at least having some sort of plan in place will be better than not having anything at all.
Here's another one that I think is very important that I carry with me all the time. And you may have seen these. This is what a little square one. This is like for my backpack. And what this is a solar panel. So what it does is that you can charge this baby up. You can open it up, put it in your window, or put it anywhere you need to get energy. It has like a little legs there. And you can take this little guy. This is in my go bag because you may need solar power. And you can take this and set it up. And it takes in the sun and creates that into energy. And you can power up your smartphones and your computer.
Yeah.
So this is really helpful. Really
also,
good connections and everything.
If you have battery packs, plug them into there to charge your battery packs.
Yes.
And that's another thing too. I am a big proponent on battery packs. You know, I travel a lot. I'm always at airports, and I don't trust the USB-C outlets at airports because those can be hacked and they can steal your information on your phone via USB cable.
Yes.
And then also, it's never a guarantee that you're going to get a USB outlet or even one that works. So I always have multiple battery packs for my devices. I have them specifically for my phone. If you have an iPhone or if you have an Android phone that has MagSafe built into the magnets in the back, these are actually really great. These little, they magnetically attach to your phone and wirelessly charge them. There are many companies out there. A really good one, we're not plugging companies, but this is Anchor. Makes them. You can get them on Amazon, or you can go directly to anchor.com and get them, or even get, like I said, the larger battery packs that you can travel with, and you can charge up multiple devices at a time. Because I have a couple of those.
And since you bring that up, again, like you can just take this little guy and put the charger, just like if it was in your plug in your house.
Yeah.
And then you just plug your phone in And here's a phone. Put that in there, and voila,
Yeah. Now it needs to be
power.
said, it's not going to charge. It's not going to do the rapid charging with those type of uh the solar panels, but you're going to get some juice out of it.
And you'll be and you can power up like Chris was saying. I have packs right here, battery packs. You
Yeah.
can charge them, and also GOALZERO does make the battery packs. I have them in my backpack; they're always with me. And but the great thing about this is, if you need these, you can. Let's say you're going to the park in the day and you just want to, you're using your charger. You can do that. But if something happens, you need to be able to think you need to think outside the box.
Yeah.
And you might not be able to, if there's no power.
That part. Power
If
outage,
hello, like
blackouts.
if Canada says, you know what, no more power.
Yeah.
Well, you need
And
solar power.
and we've experienced that, in New York during Hurricane Sandy, when there was no power for days. I remember literally surviving off of battery packs like this, and then going to the mall where they actually had electricity, and like sitting at a column in the mall and charging up these extra battery packs so we could bring home, so that we could use this stuff to power up our devices.
And you
Battery
get
packs,
that.
solar power, very important.
Yes, and I'm going to get that information to you. I'm going to do a link to all of this stuff. I do have my Amazon account, so you can use my Amazon account code if you want to do that. It will hopefully save you some money or something like that. Who knows? I very rarely use it, but I do have an Amazon account for people to purchase, like a little number. So you'll be able to do that. But definitely, that wasn't expensive. Let me just go back to the things I bought. Continue to buy again. Hold on a second. More on buy again. I'll just take you there. And let's see here, because that was years ago. I mean, they have some new ones as well. So buy again.
Here's another quick tip and advice while you're doing that search. Now, I know this is not necessarily something that everyone can do, but if you have an older cell phone device, smartphone that you have just laying around, keep it charged up. In case, like, for whatever reason the power goes out or whatever, you can use that device to connect to the internet via Wi-Fi, or via as a hotspot to use to communicate down the road. I always actually travel with a backup device. So I mean, I always have, this is my main phone and this is my backup. This does not have cellular connectivity, but in case I need to, say I lose my phone and I need another device in a case of emergency, I can turn this on and jump on any local Wi-Fi, look for my phone, or make calls or whatever through WhatsApp or any other social media.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Here's. Let me essentially bring it up. I'm just going to share this on Amazon. So, okay, I know a lot of people don't want to shop at Amazon right now. I know we're on a boycott starting, I think it was today.
Monday, no,
Today is
no,
it the
you're
8th
right.
or
It's today.
7th? It's
The
the
7th through
7th.
the 7th through the
Yeah.
14th, 7 days.
But definitely, let me just show you with this. And GOALZERO is really a good company, and you can check this out. I'm just going to bring this screen up so you can see it. I know, like I said, I know I'm aware that we are protesting and boycotting. But again, here it is. Here's a simple one for $59.95. This is the GOALZERO. You can get one with the 3 panels, which is $399.
So,
and then they have here's the battery pack that I have as well. It's $29.95. So these are really good. And then they have generators and everything else.
Quick question: the
yes.
GOALZERO, is the company called GOALZERO, or is it Nomad?
It's called GOALZERO.
Okay. Now, more than likely, if you don't want to shop via Amazon because we're boycotting, go directly to their website and purchase it through there.
You can go straight to their website, and it's called GOALZERO. And they have chargers, but definitely they deal with a lot of solar. And this is a good way to protect. They have the generators. These are other companies as well, but GoalZero
Yeah,
has these guys here, like right here.
DJI makes them.
Yeah,
Anchor makes them. There's a bunch of other companies out there that make them. They're all, pretty much along the same lines as this price
and these
points
are
that
all
are on the
power
different.
stations. So
Yeah,
here, also, like you said, DJI has one here, and then GoalZero. So those are, you can go straight to their companies. You don't have to go to Amazon. You can go straight to their companies.
yeah.
And so that's really good. I see in here, Gwendolyn says, Mr. Jack and I keep battery packs in the car. Yeah, that's what you got to do. And in the car and a few in the house. Yes, you have battery packs are so important. But again,
Yeah.
having this little baby, let me tell you, I take, when I'm in Iceland or if I'm in different places, this is in my backpack. Solar power.
I'm gonna invest in one. I've eyed them for a while, but I'm gonna actually invest in one.
It is a good thing. Okay, so that's those are the basic things for the house. Now your go bag. Now the go bag is a little tricky because if you watch people in migration, people that are in migration, they have their rollers, they have their suitcases, they have all that stuff. Because I'm a hiker, I would recommend not to think as grabbing luggage, because luggage can't get you everywhere, and luggage will inhibit you from movement and moving fast. So I am going to recommend something to you all because this is so important. Please listen up when it comes to this. Let me just get this off the screen. Hold on, stop sharing. Okay, so one of the things I invested in, obviously because I hike and I do hiking trips, is a full bag. Now you probably say this bag is pretty big, and it's not that big, really. What's good about this bag, and you can get this bag at REI, who is also about DEI. So this is a good company. REI is one of my favorite companies to shop at for all my hiking gear and the stuff that I need for my equipment when I'm traveling, when I'm on photography projects and I happen to be away from home and I'm in another country. I take this. This is mostly, I may grab a roller to go with me just to have it, but as your go bag in case of emergencies, what's good about this bag, and especially for our elderly and for our women or people that are not as healthy. Can I say that? People that are not as strong and can't carry a regular backpack and just throw on one. You see here, these are cuffs that wrap around your waist. And the waist is there, that belt there is to allow the weight of the bag to not weigh on your back, but to weigh on your hips. So it's to weigh on the bone versus your back. So you're not, it's not making it overtaxing for you to carry it.
Yeah,
It makes it easy
it's spreading the weight.
it's spreading the weight, but also what's great about DEI, REI, is that when you go to the store, they are so good with this.
Yeah.
Is that you can go to their store and they will measure you for your bag because your bag needs to match your body frame. Can I say that again? Your
Yes.
body bag, this bag, your backpack needs to match your body frame. Some people have longer torsos, some people have short torsos. So you want it to match your body frame, and they will fit you for free at REI and get you the right bag for your body type. Okay? So your go bag should be this because you can pop this baby onto your back and head out and take. If they're saying evacuate, you got it. You're ready to go. Okay. So if you need to evacuate from your town, from your city, you want one of these. You don't want a roller, but you don't want a roller. You don't want a suitcase. You want one of these. Now, in conjunction to this, you're probably saying Ron had these hiking poles. Now, in New York City, we see our elderly walk around with hiking poles because, I mean, those are pretty much outdoorsy like myself. And these hiking poles are in conjunction. You use these with the backpack because as you are walking, it will help you distribute your weight. These little guys fold into the backpack and then they open up and then they become a stick and then you just get them out like that and it becomes a whole stick and a pole. So you'll see I use these when I do my walk. Like I'll hike around Prospect Park. I use these. One is because I'm trying to be on unleveled dirt, so that way I can strengthen my core and I can strengthen my legs. I can strengthen my feet, all the muscles, like how your foot moves to the side like that when you're on unleveled ground and dirt. So this is what this is in conjunction. This is a pole, and I use this when I went hiking. When I do my hikes in Iceland, this is what I use all the time, because when you have 30 pounds of camera gear on your back, you need all the support you can get. Yep. So there you go there. So I'll give you the information on that as well. So also in conjunction, I'm just gonna keep going. Conjunction with your go bag is my bag that I have everywhere. I take this when I travel, it's always available. It has a nice bar of soap in here, has my deodorant, it has my toothbrush, it has everything I would use in my house is in this bag for hygiene. Everything is in this bag, and all I have to do, I got this from the Container Store, but there's a company called Eagle Creek. You can get that from them, and you can just put these little babies and move them into from bag to bag. So I use this in my luggage when I travel down to South Carolina, North Carolina, wherever I'm going, overseas. And it's also ready to go into my go bag if I have to escape or move somewhere or if something comes up. There's also these little, we call them, for those that worked at the Container Store in my previous life, cube systems.
Yeah, love those.
And these are not the cube systems of the old heavy ones. These are little ones, like, here's a bag. So I put in my pants in here, my shirts in here, my socks and stuff in here, and they all have different colors, right? What's great about them, and these are by Eagle Creek as well, another one of my favorite companies. But you can sort this into your backpack by color coordinating your bag. So you can say, my green bag is for my pants. My orange bag is for my shirts. This is for my underwear, right? And I have many of them. There's a black one, right? So I empty all this so I can share with you guys. But clothing. What kind of clothing? Yeah, Mimi says she loves the cubes.
I have them.
Cube systems are the best.
Here's something else, and it's along the lines of the cube. And I use this when I travel, especially when I need to pack a lot of things in a small space. I use the vacuum sealed bags. I use the smaller ones for travel. I will put all my clothes in there, vacuum sealed, and I have a small little portable vacuum pump that's maybe about 3.5 inches, about this big, that I put in my bag. Also, you plug it in, you it sucks the air out and you put it back in. And people are like, well, how do you travel with your equipment and your clothes all in that little carry-on? I said, listen, I've been traveling for years. I know how to pack, and then I use a vacuum seal system that helps me. And you would think that, oh, you can't use it when you're coming back, but no, like I said, I carry the little vacuum charger with me in my bag, and I'm able to vacuum seal that stuff back up.
And you can also get them through space bags. And space bags,
Yeah,
all you need to do is roll it up. You don't even need any power. You
yeah,
take it, you put it inside the bag, and you roll it up, and the air comes out of it, and it makes it flat like bacon.
yeah.
So these are great. I'm going to just share this with you. I mean, again, I'm just using Amazon as so you know exactly what it looks like,
It's an
but
easy
you can go
repository.
straight to their websites. You can go to Space Bag, and this is what it looks like. Here we go. So you'll have that. So again, space bags, they are the best, right? Now they call them vacuum bags, but is space bags still around? Wait, hold on. I mean, there used to be a company called Space Bags. They used to be there. I don't know if it's still around, but anyway, they do have these online here. I use space bags. I have a bunch of them. There's one right here. Here's one with the compression bag. Here's one right there. Okay. So you can just roll it up. You see how you can just roll that baby up? And there you have it. So you don't need any electronics. You don't need anything. You don't need to plug anything in. All you need is to roll it. You see that? You just roll it and it makes space. I mean, this is great for your luggage if for just
Yeah,
traveling anyway. But I have my space bags. You can, if you want to put in your down jacket, you can take your down jacket because down jackets take up so much space. You can take your down jacket and put it in a space bag, roll it, and then it fits into your luggage.
yep,
Okay. So these are the things because in your go bag, you should always have a coat, a jacket, something heavy that's going to keep you warm. Not just so when you get your new jacket, your new coat for the season, or your new coat, like you say, you have an old North Face jacket that you have. Like I always use North Face, and that's old, and you're like, it's tattered, it's torn, it doesn't look good, it's beat down. Take that jacket and make it part of your go bag, right? So that way, if you happen to need it, you can be able to run with it and go. I mean, obviously, if you have one in the closet and it's already cold season, then you can use that as well. But this is a good way to save space in your backpack.
yeah.
Okay. I see. And if you have questions along the way, feel free to ask questions because this is something to keep you informed because we live in uncharted times in America. So let's talk about that. Yes, Lisa brings up something really good. Now, water purification tablets, very important. I need to get some myself. I ran out, but I need to get some. I'm going to make a trip to REI. REI has a lot of this stuff, especially the water purification tablets and also the actual water bottles that you can that are made of aluminum, and you can use those so they don't get damaged. You don't have to worry about glass. You don't have to worry about plastic. They're aluminum. Then you also have at REI these wonderful cups, like they're made of aluminum. So they're like a big cup. You can kind of like clip them to your bag or on the outside of the bag, and you can use them to drink water, or you can use them if you happen to make a fire out in the wilderness. You can take that and heat it up and make soup or whatever you need to do with it as
Yeah.
well. So that's more advanced. We'll talk about that another time. That's a little more advanced, but water purification tablets is so important. So make sure you have that in your go bag. So that way, if you happen to have to leave outside of the city, because it is said by most survivalists, the safest place is outside of the city. You want to get out of the city as far away from cities as possible. And because there will be so much unrest, and it will be the a lot of bad things happen when you have lots of people in a situation that is not too good. So yeah, water purification, you may need them for using them when you're outside the city and you see water sources like streams and water, the side of the water, rivers, brooks, streams, and that may be your only water source. So you use your water purification tablets. Good one. Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion.
Yes, Kemi, on the space bag, it does. It has like these at the end, it has like what we call in aviation, we use it where it's these little valves inside of the bag that air can go out, but it can't come back in. So once you roll it, it's pushing air out, but air does not come back in. The air only flows in one direction. So that's happening when you do the space bags. Anthony says, I love Anchor products. They are so reliable. I also have 6 backpacks and packing cubes. There you go.
Anchor,
there you go.
Great products. Great company.
Mimi says, space bags, you can use a vacuum to seal too. Yep. But if you don't have electricity, you can't use the vacuum. Okay. And Cass says, next time near the Container Store near us, we will need to check. Can separate clean and need to be washed also with those bags. Yes. That's what I love about these bags too, is when I travel, the zipper that's white is where my clean clothes are. And then as I use the clothes, the zipper is gray, and I put my dirty clothes on the opposite side. So these are really good. Good job. Thank you, Cass. See, it takes a community to have these conversations. Yeah. Hey, Derek, I see you in the building. Rashawn's in the building. How you doing, Rashawn? I didn't get a chance to say hello to you. And I see Lisa said, well, for the house, you should also have. Yes. For the house. You should also have candles, matches, lighter, lanterns that come on when the power goes out. Shelf stable food. Tape to tape your windows and door shut. That's just a few things. Yes, duct tape. The best friend. I don't know who invented duct tape. But duct tape is one of the greatest inventions of all times. It can do so much. I have duct tape, 3 things of duct tape in my drawer. But yes, duct tape is important because, again, if there's some kind of pollutant in the air, you can take that tape and put it around your window to save you from getting those toxins or whatever's in the air into your home.
So the person who invented duct tape was a woman. Her name was Vesta Stout.
Wow. Go ahead, ladies. Duct tape is the greatest invention. It really is the greatest.
It's used for everything. Whenever you need to patch any type of seal, especially when it comes with water, use duct tape and it's going to hold it back.
It's gonna hold. It's gonna. You get on the highway and your hose is breaks off. A little puncture or something happens. Take that duct tape until you can get to yourself to a gas station or a repair person. It will get you where you need to go. So duct tape, yes. But yes, make sure you have candles, matches. I have lots of candles. I make sure candles are here.
Yeah.
And my matches. I have waterproof matches
or lighters or a lighter.
So another thing you can get at REI or any survivalist company is waterproof matches. Waterproof matches. So if they get wet, you still can use them. Okay, so waterproof matches. I have them I keep them around. They're always around. because you never know if you have a flood, something happens, anything could go wrong. Now, I've obviously, if I had mine for decades, haven't had to really use them, but I still have them, and they last for a long time. Okay, let's see what else you guys got in here. Did I cover everything that I wanted to share with you today? I think again, um, you should definitely think about what Lisa said about going to Home Depot. No, well, we don't go to Home Depot. Go to Lowe's and get a mask that you can get the filters, like the little filters. Now they can't cover everything, but they usually keep out the basic toxins in the air if you need to have it. I have one in my closet. You can put them in. You can change the filters, so you can put them by the mask structure is usually with a rubber. It has a nice rubber like you see in the hospitals that go around your mouth, and on the side they have the rest is a respirator, and you can change out the filters every time after using them. Okay, and I hope this is helping you guys. My brother's in the building. He says one way check valve in the bag. That's right. And so I hope this is useful. I hope you guys are finding this interesting and helpful. Anthony says he has several rolls of gaff tape. Yes, I've never used gaff tape.
Oh, I use it for everything. I travel. I keep it in my bag, especially as a photographer. Whenever you're doing photography or video, if you have wires for whatever reason, it's really important to have gaffer tape. And the nice thing about gaffer tape is it'll hold things down, but when you peel it up, it does not leave any residue at all.
I need to get some.
On hardwood floors, it's really good. On cement, whatever, it's really, really, really good. I like I said, I keep a roll of gaffer tape in my go bag for when I travel for work.
I like that. I am definitely going to. And Lisa also looked it up. Vesta Stout invented duct tape in 1943. Stout was a factory worker in Illinois during World War II. She noticed that the paper tape used to seal ammunition boxes was flimsy and often tore. Thank you, Lisa and Chris. Hey, DeSava is in the building. What's going on? Yes, gaff tape is excellent. Okay, so I got put on to something new. That's why this is the beauty of community, is that we learn so much. If you're in the building, make sure you hit the likes so that way YouTubers can know that we are here and that we're giving out important information. Dave said, barely made it. We'll listen to the replay. Have a great weekend, everyone. Gotcha, dear. And what else? I think we got it all. Again, I have a very basic bag that I use for my everyday. This is a everyday bag, and I can put some of this stuff in it, like my solar charger, my batteries. You're like, wow, you carry your backpack everywhere you go. It's like my Linus bag, and I can put my computer in here. All my wires, and because there's a computer section in the middle, so that way it doesn't destroy or disturb the computer.
So I've got one thing that I think that most people are not going to think of that we actually really need, and I need to actually invest in a new one because I had one for a while, but I don't have it anymore. In case of something catastrophic in the U.S. or the world, where cell phone towers, Wi-Fi, digital communication goes down, you need a portable radio that runs off batteries or a crank.
Yep.
Hold on. It's something that will never, ever be obsolete. Because when all of modern society falls, that'll be one of the things that will still be of use to us and how we communicate, how we get information, how to be safe moving forward.
I was just thinking it, Chris.
Yeah.
Now they have much better ones. But this guy is an old.
Oh, you have a crank one. Yeah.
Yes, it has a crank, so I can crank it up, and you can. I got this one from the American Red Cross. They gave these out years ago. This is but it's all AM. You can has the antenna, but it also has the batteries, so you can pop the batteries inside. But you
Yeah.
also have the crank, and my batteries are in the drawer. So if I need them, it has a rechargeable battery in here as well. It has all the different bandwidths. Bandwidth B87, 86, 85, 84, all the way down to FM, AM brands. It also has a light here on the front. And yes, so you want to invest in these little cranky little guys, the hand crank guys. It really is going to help you if you have no digital, and everything we
Yeah.
have is digital. So
Yeah.
it sounds archaic, but it is worth having. And this looks, it's very simple, very simple. But
That
this,
and a flashlight. A
and this
flashlight,
one,
a flashlight,
and
a
this one, a
flashlight.
flashlight on your that you need, but this one also has a flashlight right here. So the flashlight is right on this
That's
thing
a
as
really good
well.
one.
So this has it all right built in. And so I think we've covered a lot today. I think this will help somebody. I think it's the beginning. He says a kinetic flashlight. Ah, that's the one that moves with motion. Ah, so I used to have a kinetic watch. And it says Mimi, he talked about GOALZERO earlier. Yep. It is this guy right here, the GOALZERO, GOALZERO. And I'll have everything listed on the description of this video. So that way you can have it. I see here. Let me just make sure I got everybody's questions. Any questions out there?
I don't
This
see
is-
any. I'm
I've
looking.
been in the meeting, but slid in. Mimi's in the building, and late for class. Everyone is coming in now. I was wondering where everyone was.
It's one of those Fridays. One
It's
of
a
those
Friday.
Fridays.
No, yeah, people are they're not tuned in, but that's okay. We still got it going on. Hey, Hannah,
They
I
can
see
always watch the
you.
replay. The
They can see
replay.
it. That's the great part about YouTube is that the replay is just as good as the live. Well, maybe not. You can look at it anytime. Ron, did you see the question about the type of battery backups? Yes, we have. I usually carry a bunch of not Eveready, Duracell alkaline batteries, but they're also people have. You can go from I get a lot of this stuff at B&H because of my camera stuff, and I need backup batteries and all the other stuff that I need to carry around. But you can also get that at REI as well, but also B&H, Adorama. Those are great companies, and you can get like lots of and also Costco's. Costco sells batteries by the bulk.
Yeah. It's actually cheaper at Costco's or BJ's.
It's cheaper at Costco's to get the bulk. And again, I want to keep reminding us as we begin because things are going to get worse. There's no, I'm not going to ever paint a picture for you guys as, oh, there's hope. It's going to get worse. We're just at the beginning of this craziness. It's going to get worse, but you don't have to do it alone. And that's why community is so important. That's why, and if you don't have a community, make one, create one.
Yeah.
And like, for instance, we're all here and we're learning. You learned a whole lot. You got the backpacks. You got the cube systems. We talked about solar power. We talked about external batteries. We talked about
water tablets.
First aid. We talked about water tablets. We talked about filtration. And you can definitely at REI get filtration bottles for water if you need to have that. Not if, you will need to have it. So make sure you have it in your bag. And again, if you want to, and this is for, Janet's in the building. I see Janet's in the building. Hey, Janet. I don't care where you are on the age, height, weight, health. You can go to REI and they will fit you with a good backpack. And you're going to need it because that's the best way to get around in a time of crisis. Okay. I see here. We'll save this show, Kimmy says. Yes, indeed. Okay, if you learned something today, I want you to, one thing you learned, put it inside the comment box. One thing you learned. If you learned something today, put that one thing one thing, you don't have to put it the whole list, but if you learn one thing, put it in the box, put it in the comment box. Yes, Lisa says, sure is, sure. So be prepared. Camille says, again, I will save this show. And Bryson's in the building. And Janice says, I have to catch the replay. Yes, you do. This is a lot of good information today. Okay. So I want to really bring this home. And this is, again, very basic. It's not complicated. You can get all of these things. And again, and if you're with your let's say you have your neighbors, 2 neighbors on your floor or neighbors next door, and you all want to invest in getting batteries, and one of you are a member of Costco's, go together. Or you go out and get the batteries, and the other person gets something else. You can buy things in bulk at Costco's, right? And then share it, because that's where we're going. There's a lot of people that are unemployed. There's a lot of, the job market is going down. The economy is falling apart. Prices are going up. So we are going to need each other more than ever before. Right? So make sure that you are setting yourself up for success. And I think this will help you, each person, to really be able to manage these uncharted waters. Chris, any last words, sir?
No, as I always say at the end of this, stay woke.
Stay woke.
Stay woke.
Stay woke. I hear that, and turn the TV off.
Yeah.
And also, if you get a chance to, I want just a shout out to Don Lemon's show today. I pull away from it to come to you, to our community, but what he was sharing from 10 o'clock, 10:15 to when I got left his show to come to our show, it's been really good stuff today. So check out Don Lemon's platform. Check that out. Also, make sure you support all of those online independent media folks, because there's lots of them now coming on, plugging in. But find the one that matches with your energy and what you're doing. So far, Don Lemon has been really amazing. Again, he's been so. I mean, he really is the star journalist. I mean, really.
He's like taking independent media by storm. He hit his 500,000 followers goal for his birthday last week.
Yeah,
is it 600,000 now?
He's at 600,000 on his birthday.
Amazing.
Yeah, he hasn't been doing it a year yet.
No,
so that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, Don and also Roland. Yes, Roland Martin. Make sure. Sometimes Roland stresses me out because he gets too crazy, but he's unfiltered. But that's the whole point. But he also has great information. And again, I'm a supporter of Roland Martin and Don Lemon. That's what I also looked at after I looked at my account and said, you know what, I need to unplug some stuff so I can support others. So I'm going to do that.
Just one last point, Bryson. Thank you for pointing that out. Daylight saving starts this Sunday, so don't forget to forward your clocks.
We spring ahead. Ahead this weekend. Oh, spring is around the corner.
So sunset will be at 7 o'clock, after 7 now. Starting on Sunday.
Yes, this is my favorite time of the year. I love light. I need the light. The light.
Spring is around the corner. We've got like another 2.5 weeks before the official first day of spring. So we're coming out of our deep winter slumber, but we are in for a whole world of pain. So take that with a grain of salt.
And Lisa says here, please everyone call your congressman and complain about the 10 who voted against green. I am with you on that one. And also, there's a gentleman that we get to focus on the accounts, but we'll do that another time because there's so many accounts out there that if you follow me, you'll see I'm always reposting a lot of people that I follow. I keep posting their stuff so that way you can be turned on to what they're doing. So you follow my stories, you'll be able to know these people.
And I'm posting a lot of humor stuff too. I think there needs to be some levity and some light.
Oh, speaking of humor, can we close out with something?
Okay.
Oh, are y'all ready for this? I don't know if y'all ready for this, baby. Hold on. let me take you to our wonderful folks at the Lincoln Project.
Oh, is it the one I posted yesterday? That was a good one.
Let's go to the folks of the Lincoln Project. I think this is I was gonna give it to you guys yesterday, but I said nope, this will be a good Friday. This is really
It's a good way to end the show.
I showed this to Gwendolyn after we got off the air yesterday, and it literally made her clench her pearls. So here we go. We're gonna get her. This is the last thing I want to share with you guys, and this is just kind of like lighten moment. And if you haven't seen it, well, here it goes.
One half deacon, one half dater. McDonald is a Vlad for later. My little toe trembles whenever you call. I wanna be inside you like a Russian doll. I'm your golden cow, your Moscow mule, oh Vladdy Daddy. I'm your useful fool. Shove your hand in all the way. I'm your puppet, tell me what to say. Trump loves his Vladdy Daddy. Oh no, are we the baddies? Trump loves his Vladdy Daddy. Oh no, are we the baddies?
Okay, guys. I said the Lincoln Project went. I was like, what in the world? But it was priceless. I mean, the people at the Lincoln Project, they're just amazing. They are just amazing. That was some AI. Oh my
Yeah, these AI things will have you in tears.
Oh my gosh. Hannah's laughing. Shirley says, oh my goodness. AI will have you in tears. Oh my gosh. And Elise says it's hilarious. So guys, thank you so much. I will be on this evening for our Twitch at night. So I'll be back on Twitch at night. So we'll be, if you have nothing to do around the 11th, we call it the last hour of the day, we'll be on. And what we usually do is we just listen to jazz. The jazz is going on. It's obviously I'm using Twitch, but I'll be on YouTube as well. But Twitch is where I really do live, and on my night excursion, and then we play Wordle together as a group. So we'll be doing Wordle, and maybe we'll do some more games as well together, and do it as a community. And it's the way I end my day. And I say, why don't I just share this with you guys? So we've had a couple of good times together. Some of the folks have joined me for Twitch at night. And so we'll be doing that this evening at 11:15-ish to midnight. And then we finish usually midnight. The Wordle comes out. We do our Wordle. Usually Wordle takes us about 15-20 minutes. And then we are out. So all you night owls out there. Okay. Yes, the Trump float was hilarious. And I see here Vladdy Daddy. Okay, guys. Have a great weekend. And remember, spring forward. See you guys on Monday. Well, see you guys tonight for most of you and for some of you. And see you for the most of you on Monday. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chris. And
Absolutely.
Thank you for this amazing. Remember, get your gear. And all this will be listed on the description of this video. All the stuff we talked about today. Okay, guys. See ya. Love ya. And stay woke. Hello, and thank you for joining us today. Make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, and leave a comment on this video. I would love to hear from you. Thank you again. Until I see you next time.